Carl Jung, the titan of the unconscious, didn't just give us archetypes and the collective unconscious. He left us with a single, profound rule, one so counterintuitive, so deceptively simple, that it will fundamentally reshape your experience of being an empath. It's not about building thicker walls or escaping the world, but about a radical act of self-possession that most empaths instinctively resist. Are you ready to discover the paradox that unlocks your true power? If you're an empath, you know the exquisite agony of feeling too much. The world crashes in. Every room, every conversation, every news headline becomes an emotional battlefield. You walk through life with your psychic antennae constantly vibrating, picking up the joy, the sorrow, the rage, and the subtle anxieties of everyone around you. You've been told to protect your energy, to shield yourself, to build boundaries. And you try, desperately. Yet somehow, you still find yourself drained, depleted, often sacrificing your own well-being for the emotional demands of others. You might even attract difficult, demanding personalities, feeling an inexplicable pull to fix or heal them, only to be left hollowed out. This isn't just about managing your gift, it's about reclaiming your very self from the incessant clamor of the world, and Jung offers a startlingly direct path. Jung's profound insight for the empath lies in his concept of differentiation. It's the one rule that changes everything. Differentiation, in Jungian terms, is the conscious process of separating oneself from the undifferentiated mass, from the collective unconscious, from the influence of others, and most critically for empaths, from the undifferentiated emotional states that constantly bombard you. It is the arduous yet liberating journey towards becoming an individual, towards individuation. For the empath, this isn't about turning off your sensitivity or building an impenetrable fortress. That would be denying a fundamental aspect of your being. Instead, it's about discerning. Is this my emotion, or is it theirs? Is this my boundary, or am I collapsing into someone else's need? The empath's inherent gift is precisely their lack of initial differentiation, their open channel to the emotional currents of the world. But without conscious differentiation, this gift becomes a curse, a conduit for chronic energetic drain and identity loss. Jung understood that true strength comes not from resisting our nature, but from mastering it. He would argue that many empaths struggle not because they feel too much, but because they haven't learned to consciously separate what they feel from who they are. They often take on the burdens of others because their ego consciousness is not robust enough to distinguish between their own psychic space and that of another. This leads to a pervasive sense of being responsible for others' happiness, sadness, or anger, and a desperate effort to fix situations that are not theirs to fix. This lack of differentiation prevents the empath from fully developing their own self, the integrating center of the personality. It keeps them tethered to external emotional demands, preventing the inner work necessary for self-realization. The rule, then, is simple in principle, complex in practice. Consciously differentiate your psychic space from the world's. It means cultivating an inner compass that points unerringly back to you, regardless of the emotional storms raging around you. So, how do you practically apply Jung's rule of differentiation? 1. Master your psychic space. This isn't just about saying no, but actively, internally, defining your energetic perimeter. Visualize an invisible boundary around you. When you feel overwhelmed, consciously ask, whose emotion is this? Does it belong to me? If not, gently but firmly, imagine returning it to its source, not with anger, but with detachment. This is an active form of energetic hygiene. 2. Engage in deep shadow work. Empaths often avoid their own difficult emotions, fearing they might be negative, but ignoring your own anger, resentment, or sadness means you're more likely to unconsciously absorb these from others. Acknowledge your shadow. What are your suppressed needs, desires, or boundaries? When you own your own emotional landscape, you stop confusing it with others. 3. Journal as a differentiator. Regular journaling, especially with Jungian prompts, can be immensely powerful. Describe an emotionally overwhelming situation. Then write, what part of this was mine? What part was theirs? What did I truly feel separate from their emotions? This builds your inner map. 4. Embrace intentional solitude. Regularly retreat into silence, not to escape, but to reconnect with your own self. This isn't antisocial. It's a vital part of psychic digestion and integration. Use this time to process, to listen to your inner voice, and to consolidate your sense of self away from external influences. 5. Cultivate your inner authority. This is the ultimate goal of Jungian differentiation. It means trusting your own intuition, your own values, your own needs, even when they conflict with the desires or emotional states of others. It's about realizing that your higher service to the world as an empath comes from being a fully integrated, differentiated individual, not a porous sponge. This isn't an easy path. It's a lifelong commitment to self-discovery, to the rigorous and often uncomfortable process of individuation. But by embracing Jung's one rule, conscious differentiation, you transform your empathic gift from a burden into your greatest strength. You stop being a reflector of others' worlds and become the architect of your own. What one rule has transformed your understanding of self? Share your insights in the comments below. If this resonated, hit subscribe and join us on this journey into the depths of philosophical psychology. Your differentiated self awaits.